Hey, I was turning on Instagram. All right, now we are live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, and streaming on New Thought Media Network. So, good day, everyone. Good day. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and this is Morning Sip. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because, say it with me, y'all, practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. So my passion is to support people in living life in joy, connected to their yes, and transforming their lives, supporting you and transforming your life. I am here to do just that. So, my mission is to give inspiration through spiritual life coaching, preaching, and teaching that sparks the divine, ignites the divine spark within you to live life in joy, connected to your yes. So if you need support, you can reach out to me. You can send me a direct message at I am Rev Melissa on Facebook and on Instagram, and we can set up some time to talk. And let me just say that I will be starting my second cohort of group spiritual life coaching starting on June 22nd, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's 6 weeks, a summer intensive. 6 weeks. The cost is $35 per week through May 31st. Starting in June 1st, the price goes up to $45 per week. Still a really good price. So if you have been thinking, contemplating, wondering, all of the things, but not taking action, you want to sign up for group spiritual life coaching so that you can start being in action in your life. The things that you are holding on to, your dreams, your desires, your passion, your purpose, it is time to give yourself permission to express it, expand it, and let it soar now, because it's what the world needs now. It's what the world needs now. So please reach out to me. Send me a direct message. If you have questions, just let me know and we can set up some time. Thank you, Fee. Great price. Awesome full moon ceremony last night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Fee. Yes, last night we had our full moon meditation with the flower moon, and it was a beautiful moon. It always is. And right after the meditation, I went outside because I was like, you know what, I want to play with the moon. So I went outside. I went for a really nice about 2-mile walk last night. It was beautiful out. The moon was like playing hide and seek with me. It would be behind the clouds, and then it would like pop out. And I was like, moon, I see you. I see you trying to hide and seek with me. So if you missed the meditation with the full moon last night, you can watch the replay. You could go to my YouTube channel, I am Rev Melissa. And while you're there, you can subscribe and you can like and you can do all the things. So our next full moon meditation, let me take this down. Our next full moon meditation is June 20th. June 20th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I will share more about that as we get closer to it. Yes. Fee said hidden from us, but I felt its energy. My journaling was fire. All right, Fee. And Fee went outside and saw no moon, hide and seek. Yeah, it was a little cloudy last night, but it was peeping out. As a matter of fact, when I was doing the full moon meditation, I did it from my front porch last night, and I took a picture. You see the moon right there? This is the moon right there. If you're on Instagram, you can't see what I'm talking about. But there's the full moon looking right at me while I was doing the meditation with the full moon. So the full moon was right there with us, Linda, and it was spectacular. So thank you all again. So speaking of energy, the energy of the full moon, that is the series that we are wrapping up today, our energy series. And I really love all of the series that I do, because one of the things that it provides for me, and I hope it provides for you, is that it keeps me present to whatever that series is. So all this week, I have been like hyper aware of my energy, of the energy that I was emitting, and of the energy that I was entering into. If I entered into a space, or if I was around somebody, or whatever, it didn't matter. I was just very, very aware of it. And that awareness supported me in harnessing the energy that feels so good to me, and then radiating that love, joy, energy out into the world. So, just to wrap it up with a quick recap, energy simply means a source of power. The origin is to be active, to be active. Energy is always flowing. Energy moves. Yes. Other definitions, life force sometimes is referred to as chi, the energy that flows through you, and everything has energy. This mic has energy. My hat has energy. These glasses has energy. You have energy, right? And I love the way Ernest Holmes defines energy. He says energy is a divine and unfailing attribute, and consequently, there is never any lack of it. Energy is divine. He's talking about divine energy, and divine energy is unfailing. Who don't know that? Who don't know? Who hasn't experienced that unfailing presence that shows up and shows out in our lives, in those moments when we want to just give up and say, maybe this ain't for me? That unfailing divine energy speaks to us, through us, and as us, and reminds us. Will just give us a little something, something, right? Sprinkle a little something, something to remind you of its divineness within you. Oh my goodness. And so I had that experience yesterday. So I wasn't going to tell this story because I told it yesterday. I did a live last night while I was walking with the moon. But I'll share just a snippet of it. So yesterday I was with my aunt. She had a couple of doctor's appointments. She was not in a good mood. When I went to pick her up, it was pour down raining yesterday morning. I mean, sheets of rain. I was driving in it to her house. I could not see. And I was in my car praying, Lord, Lord, help me get to my aunt's house, right? So I got there. By the time I got there, it was just drizzling. So I called her. I called her like 10 minutes before I get to her house so she could be outside waiting. So I called her and she goes, it's raining outside. I don't want to go. So I went through this with her recently and I said, Marion, we got 2 doctor's appointments. It's not raining a lot. It's slowing down. It'll be fine. By the time I get there, it's going to be done. Right? I want to go. I said, Marion, are you dressed? Yes. Are you ready to go? Yes, but I don't want to go. I said, come on, we're going to go. We're going to go. When I get there, please be outside. Right? So it's tricky because when she say she ain't gonna do something, she ain't gonna do it. So I get to the house and she was standing outside, and I was like, "Thank you, Jesus!" Right? So I get her in the car, and she's having a lot of difficulties walking lately, and I'm very, very, very concerned about this. And so last week when I took her to her doctor's appointment, I had to get her a wheelchair. That's never happened before. And so when I got her in the car, I said, how are you feeling? And she said, I don't feel good. And I said, well, what's the matter? And she was telling me her feet hurt, her legs hurt. And I said, okay. So I'm glad we're going to the doctor. We could talk about that. So we're driving. I'm driving. She is like in a bad mood. Like her energy, talk about feeling energy. Her energy was sour. It was sour. So I'm sitting, driving. I'm like, okay, what can I do to like just support her? So my aunt, like me, loves Aretha Franklin. Loves Aretha Franklin. I said, okay, let me put on some Aretha Franklin. So I put on Aretha Franklin, and she's like not responding at first. And then, oh, I wish I could remember the song that came on. Oh, respect, respect. So that comes on, and then I see her kind of like moving her head back and forth. And then I see her mumbling the words. And then I start singing it, right? So I start singing the song. And then I hear her just kind of like singing the lyrics under her breath, right? And so by the time we get to her appointment to the hospital, her mood has shifted a little bit, just a little bit, right? So I get out the car and she's like, I need a wheelchair. So I'm like, okay. But it's different from the other appointment because the building that we have to go to is a walk from the parking lot. So I have to walk through the parking lot, go into the building, go upstairs, get the wheelchair, come back down, get her, put her in the wheelchair, go back across the parking lot, okay, right? So I get the wheelchair, get her in the car, and the parking lot attendant comes over and he asks, do you want me to wheel her in? And I'm like, no, 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 no. It's okay. Because he has to leave. He would have to leave his post, walk across the parking lot. It was a big parking lot, all the way around to the building. And one, I didn't want him to get in trouble for leaving his post because he was the only person there. And two, I was like, it's okay. He was like insisting upon doing it. So I let him, right? So he does it. It was such a beautiful, kind gesture. And by the time we got to the building, he rolled her into the elevator. And my aunt said, thank you so much. And she had a smile on her face. And I could feel her energy lightening by his act of kindness, right? So this is how we get to shift energy within ourselves and within other people. The way we show up, the way we show out sometimes makes a difference in the experience that we will have, and sometimes in the experience that other people will have. Definitely in the experience of how people, definitely in the experience of how people will experience you. Okay? So if you have sourpuss energy, people will experience you as such. You show up in the energy of kindness and love and joy and compassion, people will experience you as such. And you may support them just by being that presence. So, oh, it was everything to me. Everything to me. It just shifted everything for my aunt. And she got into better energy, a better space for herself. They took her blood pressure. Her blood pressure was good. It just shifted everything. So there's so much more, but I'm going to move on because I want to wrap us up today. So one of the notes that I have is where the mind goes, energy flows. Where the mind goes, energy flows. So what we are thinking, right? And you know me, I'm going to add in what we are feeling. That is where the energy flows. So if you wake up and you're in a so-called bad mood, right? You're thinking, oh, today's going to suck. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to go to work. Everybody get on my nerves. Guess what? That is where your energy will flow unless you shift it, right? Unless you go within, do your work, process whatever you need to process, and shift it, right? Because we can shift our energy and we can support each other in doing so. And we get a choice about what energy we're going to allow in our lives and what energy we are not. We get a choice in that matter because no one is doing anything to us as far as our energy is concerned. No one, I am so glad that I got the lesson that no one can make me feel anything. I have the power within me to feel my feelings. Now, that is not to say that I may have experiences and I may feel frustrated, disappointed, all of those things, right? But I do not assign it to whatever it is that happened. It's just information. And that is what I practice. This is information for me to look at, for me to see, for me to use if I need to use it. Not everything that happens to me, for me, do I need to do anything with it. Most things I go, and let it go. Let go and let God. Let me just turn this over. Let me surrender. One of my qualities for 2024 is to surrender. Surrender it to a higher power. Surrender it to a higher energy that can transmute it for my highest good. So, where does your mind go? Wherever your mind goes, your energy will flow. What are you connecting your energy with? What are you connecting your energy with? I don't know where I read this, but I make note of it. Energy is the name that is given to the invisible. Everything emits energy. Our feelings, our thoughts emit energy. Emotion itself is energy in motion. Our beliefs emit energy. It attracts, right? It attracts. So, what energy are you emitting? This is the question I would invite you to be with today, this weekend. We have a long weekend. For some folks, it's Memorial Day weekend, so they have Monday off. So think about this. What energy am I emitting? Because sometimes we are so focused on other people's energy. Oh, did you see what she did? Did you see that? Get back in your lane. How are you contributing to this energy? In a positive or in a negative way? Or I like to say in a beneficial or not beneficial way, unbeneficial way. How are you contributing? How is your presence contributing to it? We get to decide it. I was looking at looking at some sip that I did, and I was sharing the story about the woman in BJ's who was in a bad mood. I don't know what had happened in her life, but she was taking it out on anybody and everybody that came within the space of her shopping cart, and she was purposely hitting other people's shopping carts. And I saw her from a distance, and she was like not having it. And the energy she was emitting was like, don't mess with me because today is the day. That's the energy she was emitting. So even though she was purposely hitting other people's shopping carts, most of the people didn't say anything to her, right? So I decided I'm just going to follow this woman around from a distance. I'm just going to send her some love and light because I don't know what's happening in her world, but something is clearly happening. And she needs some love and light. What she don't need is more of that energy that she's emitting. So that's what I did. I never said anything to her. I never got close to her. I just kind of followed her around BJ's for a couple of minutes. And then I went about my business. Did it make a difference? I don't know. It doesn't matter to me if it did or did not, to be honest. But it felt like this was something that I could do. And if it benefits her in some way, even in a way that she's not consciously aware of, but I believe on a subconscious, super conscious way, the connection that we all have with each other will have an impact in some way. And if I never know what that impact is, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So, what are you emitting? What is your energy? Check your energy. Check yourself. Check your energy, right? Oh, I had this whole thing I wanted to share about ungrounded energy. So, guess what, y'all? Tuesday, I will share with you about the importance of having your energy be grounded, right? What is your energy grounded in? So, I'm going to share that and a story about how my sister's house almost caught on fire because of this very issue, ungrounded energy. So stay tuned for that on Tuesday. Hey, it wants to be another episode. We're going to let it do what it does. So your assignment, if you choose to accept it, is to be present to the energy you are emitting and to check in with yourself to see if the energy you are emitting is beneficial or not. And then you get to make a decision. Let me shift, right? So I could be beneficial, or you could choose not to and stay in like funky energy. It's up to each one of us, right? So it's not to ignore, let me be very clear. It's not to ignore how we're feeling. If we're feeling down and blue and sad and disappointed and angry and sad and hurt, feel your feelings. But don't take it out on other people, is what I'm saying. Keep your energy in check, is what I'm saying. Yes. So, what energy are you emitting? All right, y'all. All right. So, we'll wrap it up on Tuesday because I got to share about the importance of grounding our energy and the importance of what we are grounding our energy in, because it could burn up our whole life if we're not grounded. All right, y'all. So let me check in with y'all real quick. Yes, Wayne, love is the creative force of the universe. Yes, it is. Thank you, Fee, for sharing with your circle. I so appreciate you. Shay, amen, girl. Experiences are information. Exactly. Thank you, universe, for that divine, intelligent information. Yes, amen to that. Fee, this is why I follow, learn from, and study your word, your teachings. Thank you, Fee. I left you a voice message today, Fee. Listen to it. Let me know if that works for you. And Linda, our emotions feed into our energy. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, my congregation of joy, I just love y'all so much. And I know your energy is delicious. Yes, it is, because I can feel it emitting through this technology. So let's get into some joy news. Let's get into some joy news. So as I mentioned last night, we had our meditation with the full moon, the flower moon, and the energy that this moon is emitting is about expansion. It's about blooming. That's why I wore my flower shirt today, y'all. Y'all know I love to coordinate, right? It's about blooming. So what is seeking to bloom and express itself more fully through you and as you? The energy is supporting you all the time, all the time. So our next meditation with the full moon, as I mentioned, is on June 20th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. It is a day before the full peak of the moon, but I have to do it on a Thursday instead of Friday. So that's what it is. So please mark your calendars for that. Let's see. It's Memorial Day weekend. We have a full weekend. And at Rockland CSL, we are not having service on Sunday. So I decided, because I get to do that as the senior minister, spiritual director, I get to decide we're not going to have service on the holiday. So folks have the full weekend to do whatever they would like to do, be with family, travel, all of the things. So I will, of course, be showing something on the other SIP, Sunday in Praise, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. I will share a replay of an inspirational talk that I've given in the past. And we will return in service at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living June 2nd, the following Sunday, we will be in person at the Rhino Comedy Club. You can get all the information by going to rocklandcsl.org. We will be starting a new theme for June and all the wonderfulness that comes along with that. So I hope that you would join us in service on June 2nd. Let's see. I mentioned in the opening, spiritual life coaching. The next group starts June 22nd, 10 a.m. It's on a Saturday because many folks have asked me, Rev Melissa, could you do one on a Saturday? Because I work during the week and when I get home, I don't feel like doing nothing and la, 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 la. So I said, okay, la, 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 Saturday, abracadabra. Here you go, Shazam. So Saturday, June 22nd, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. DM me to register. The cost is $35 per week until the end of May, and then the price goes up to $45 per week. 6-week, a summer intensive, y'all, to get moving in action and being a beneficial presence in the world by living in your purpose connected to your yes. All right. What else do I want to share? I want to shout out Fee, you got me doing this now, girl. So I thank you for this inspiration because revmelissa.com is an incredible platform for independent artists. And it was founded by my husband, probably 20 years ago. revmelissa.com is a 24-hour internet radio station. He does interview. He plays music. The other day, he interviewed the mayor of New York, Eric Adams. And so part of the programming on revmelissa.com is replays of Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. So Rhythm and Soul Radio sponsors Morning Sip by replaying my show 7 a.m. Eastern Time. So you can catch Morning Sip getting ready for work in the morning. If you can't wait till 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, you could catch the day before show on Rhythm and Soul Radio. Plus, you can hear wonderful music that you probably would not hear on mainstream radio stations. So please support rhythmandsoulradio.com. All right. Also, I want to shout out my soul sister and my soul brother, Fee King and Sekou Wrights. And if y'all have not been watching the special Get Rich 101 that happens every Thursday, it's called Fiance Files. And I just love it so much. So it's Fee and Sekou just talking about all kinds of things, relationships. They're learning more things about each other. It's so great. I love it so much. So check that out. Thursdays, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time is part of Sekou's Get Rich 101. That is on Monday through Fridays at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. And then check out Fee King. Fee King's show is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. That means today, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And Fee King is your go-to fitness girl. So you can follow her on Fee's Fitness Over 40. And I know Fee is going to be dropping a new challenge very soon. So you want to follow Fee King. And Fee King and I are doing a thing. We had some technical difficulties this last week on Wednesday, but that don't stop nothing. You live, you learn, you go on, right? So workout in a word every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Come ready to work out. It's not a show where you sitting down just watching. You are exercising. So I'm exercising with Fee, and it's good, y'all. It's a good 25-minute workout. And then we end it with a word of inspiration from me. So it's a wonderful collaboration, workout and a word every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Fee's Fitness Over 40 is where you can catch us. All right, y'all. I think that's all I have to share. That was a lot, right? That was a lot of joy news. There's a lot of joy news. So I hope everything is wonderful for you. Remember, if you need any support, if you need to talk, Here I am. Here I am. Reach out, send me a DM. I am Rev Melissa, Facebook, Instagram, and we could set up some time to talk. Thank you, Margaretta. Thank you, girls. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.